Hi, I'm Cathy Adams. I'm here with the Glenbard Parents Series, and today I was talking about self-awareness, self-compassion, and self-care. And these are some of the things that I want you to know about those things. First of all, that they're all interconnected, that they each affect each other. Self-awareness is the ability to understand why you do what you do and how you do it, to even notice and to not live on autopilot, but to really pay attention to yourself. Self-compassion is the ability to be kind to yourself. Even when you make mistakes or you have challenges, it's the ability to give yourself a break and treat yourself the way you would treat a friend. And then self-care is personal responsibility and taking care of yourself along the way, no matter what. To give yourself the energy to go into the world and do good things, or to be with your kids, or to just be with yourself and be content. So they all interact with each other and all of them are important. But remember that it's a practice. It's not something that any of us do every moment of the day, but just priming your brain and remembering that it's an important part of your daily experiencing, or your daily experience, paying attention to yourself, being curious, and honoring who you are. So many of you are raising kids, and maybe right now you have teenagers, and it can be difficult conversation sometimes, or communicating with them because they're growing up and they have different wants and needs, maybe they're changing. The most important thing is to be able to listen to what they're experiencing, to be curious about who they are, and to ask questions about how they see their lives. Instead of telling them how they should live their lives or telling them how they should feel about their lives, or even worse, saying, this is how I did it, you should do it the same way. Ask them who they are and what's important to them. And when they're feeling things like sadness or anger or fear, that's okay. You can allow them to feel those things and not fix it. Sometimes, all the time really, what people want is to know that you see them and hear them and value who they are. And that will help you make a more important connection with your teen. So there's a difference between response and reaction. Response is when we actually think about what we want to say or do after having a feeling or an experience or before we move forward with something. Reacting is having a feeling like anger or sadness and just doing something off the cuff. It's kind of like what we see when we see people having road rage, where they just get mad and then they do something that it could be violent or scary or something that gets them into trouble. And one of the most important things we can do is be able to take a pause. This is actually a part of mindfulness, to be able to recognize I'm having a feeling or something just happened that was uncomfortable or hard, and I am going to feel it and then choose how to respond, to actually put a little bit of space between the feeling and how we react instead of reacting, and respond by choice. If we do that, not only do we feel more connected to ourselves, but we make sure our relationships remain healthy because we're not overreacting or blaming or judging others.